Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. And Ronald Filipowski with another great point. Trump and right-wing media are targeting normal average people doing their jury service the same way they targeted normal average people serving as poll workers. I mean, this is Trump's America now, where you have to be afraid for yourself and your family for doing your civic duty.
This is Putin's America now, where Republican politicians are going to do anything they can possibly do to destroy the nation of Ukraine, destroy NATO, and allow Hitler to take Czechoslovakia and Poland with no pushback whatsoever. I mean, this is totally related to me to what's going on in the Congress right now. The do-nothingest Congress in history has spent all week doing as much as they can to do even less in Congress this week. And I don't know what makes me more nervous, Steph. I wanted to ask you all this all week. What's scarier, that Mike Johnson has no control over certain members of his caucus because they only do what Putin wants? Or is it scarier if Mike Johnson is totally in cahoots with all of them, and this is all a bunch of theater just to get through the week and achieve nothing, to stall Ukraine aid even more, because Mike Johnson is also just trying to do whatever Putin wants? Yeah. I swear to God, I don't know if they're going to pull it off. Yeah. I don't know if Mike Johnson is really noble enough to set his career on fire in order to do the right thing. I think they all just want Putin to own Ukraine.
I don't know if you've had Phil Ittner on from Ukraine before, but yeah, we were saying, he tweeted that Marjorie Taylor Greene's talking points are so nuanced. He said this is absolutely specifically Russian disinformation, to the letter, and it's once again, we're in extraordinary times.
Thomas Massey, every time that guy talks, I swear I can smell borscht. But what's even weirder is the Washington Post had a great piece about how this Ukraine aid, 90% of the $68 billion we have given to Ukraine never went to Ukraine. 90% of the $68 billion was spent right here. Mm-hmm. It is, look, here's the dirty truth about war. It's always a socialist jobs program. And the money that was approved to go to Ukraine has almost all of it been spent here in the U.S. Jim Jordan's district, the money went to make Abrams tanks and Stryker combat vehicles. The money has gone to Matt Gaetz's district. So many Republicans are having so many jobs created and their local and state economies stimulated because of this spending. So here's the question. It's helping our ally. It's helping NATO. It's helping democracy. It's helping the free world. And it's helping their own voting districts. So why do you think Republicans are still against it? Yeah. It's really kind of scary.
Yeah. One last one. Trump chastised by his own attorney for flouting court rules and pulling out his smartphone during jury selection in Manhattan as more jurors are interviewed. His lawyer, Todd Blanche, had to tell him to stop using his phone in the courtroom. Trump, looking annoyed, put the phone back in his pocket. Why are phones even permitted? He could literally take a photo of a juror. Someone tweets. I mean, I was saying we need to bring one of the nuns from my Catholic school. Seriously, right? You take his phone. They're going to have to. Someone suggested since he loves Russia so much, the glass boxes or something, and maybe the Hannibal Lecter mask. But how do you control him? You're not going to. Anyone that's ever worked with him, including Omarosa just yesterday, talking about you can't control him. Nobody can control. It is. He is not going to be able to sit there
whatsoever. We were finally getting to see what happens when a millionaire at birth baby has parents who don't know how to say the word no. And then you add about 60 years of untreated syphilis. We're all getting to see what that looks like. But again,
it's the best campaign ad. It's the best
Adderall.
It's the best campaign ad for Biden ever, right?
Yes.
The emperor not only has no clothes, he's just sleepy and cranky and old.
Yeah. And by the way, if Joe Biden got up and gave a speech and just lied and made stuff up about what happened at the Battle of Gettysburg, this campaign would be over already. I've never seen the corporate media bend over backwards to carry someone like they carry their little fat golden ratings calf, and that's all he is to them. The media is protecting this guy like Clint Eastwood protecting the president in the line of fire. They're jumping in front of bullets for Donald Trump because they want their Trumpy-sized ratings back.
Can I say I heard the Gettysburg thing and also read it, the transcript of what he said. He just it reminds me every time. He just knows nothing about any anything. He's got 4 words in his vocabulary. He's like, Gettysburg, wow, so beautiful and so terrible,
So
really,
beautiful.
but so beautiful, wow. I mean, Gettysburg, really, so...
Really, classy battle. Classy battle. The towels were great. Really great. Warmed toilet seats. They were so classy there. It was wonderful. I loved it. I loved it. Again,
Here's the best, as you always say, like, he's already getting the worst punishment ever. Olivia Nuzzi tweeted, as Trump looks on in the courtroom, his lawyer is reading tweets from a prospective juror in which he calls him a racist, sexist, narcissist, and an anathema to everything she's been taught by her faith. And among other things, he has no sense of right or wrong. I mean, the fact that he has to sit his fat orange ass in there every day for hours and hear they were saying he's not going to be able to control himself when, Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen start testifying.
I know. And that's why the fact that they don't have cameras in this courtroom proves that we, the American people, are the real victims here. It's not Trump. This is a witch hunt against us. We pay taxes and work hard. We deserve to watch this. And I want to see him fall asleep every single time. You liberals can mock this guy for falling asleep, but if he gets a second term, that narcolepsy might be humanity's last hope. I'm totally fine with him sleeping and golfing for 4 years straight.
Speaking of worth watching, Brian, writes Steffi Squee. Never a caller, longtime listener. My wife and I will be in Atlanta from Fort Worth for Sexy Liberal, July 27th. Second row, perfect angle. Wear something tight and short, would you, Jiggles? There is no danger that I will not be wearing something tight and short.
I think it's great that couples can write harassing emails like that together. It shows how this is good for relationships.
Get those tickets. Philly, you're up next, and then we got, dear God, 15 more after that. So please, while I'm not AI. While I'm real, buy a ticket to sexyliberal.com. Yes. John Fugel saying, I will make them wear tighter and tighter pants as well as the tour progresses.
Yeah, please. This is your last time because next year it's hologram Stephanie Miller and we're doing 100 dates.
Goodbye. I love you.
Hey, by the way, Botox is 22 years old this week, people.
What?
Don't look surprised.
Okay, that's funny. I love that joke. There it is, my first drink of the day, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And Z-Biotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry. If I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.